is the story about the Smiths family. The Smiths were unable to conceive children and finally decided to use a surrogate father to begin their family. On the day the proxy father was to arrive, Mr. Smith kissed his wife goodbye and he said, "Darling, I'm off to the office now. Don't you be nervous. Everything's gonna be all right. The man will be here soon." Half an hour later, just by chance, a door-to-door baby photographer happened to ring the doorbell hoping he could make a sale. "Morning, madam, I've come to..." "Don't explain," she said. "I've been expecting you." "Have you really? That's good. Did you know babies are my specialty?" "Well, I hope so. That's what my husband and I have been hoping for. Come in and have a seat." After a moment, Ms. Smith blushed and said, "Where do we start?" "Well, leave everything to me. I usually like to try 2 in the bathtub, 1 on the couch, and maybe a couple on the bed. Sometimes the living room floor can be fun. You can really spread out there." The bathroom, the living room floor. No wonder it hadn't worked for Harry and me. "Well, ma'am, none of us can guarantee a good shot every time. But if we try different positions and I shoot from 6 or 7 angles, I'm sure you'll be pleased with the result." "That sounds like an awful lot," she said. "Ma'am, in my line of work, I have to take my time. I'd love to be in and out in 5 minutes, but you'd be very disappointed with that." The photographer opened his briefcase and he pulled out a portfolio of baby pictures. "This was done on top of a bus." "Oh my God," she said. "And these twins turned out exceptionally well when you consider their mother was so difficult to work with." "She was difficult?" "Yeah, I'm afraid so. I finally had to take her to the park to get the job done right. People were crowding around us 4 or 5 deep to take a look." "My God, 4 or 5 deep," she said. "It took us 3 hours. The mother kept squealing and yelling. I could hardly concentrate, and when darkness came, I had to rush my shots. Squirrels began nibbling on my equipment so I had to pack it in." "You mean the squirrels actually chewed on your equipment?" "That's the truth, madam." "Well, if you're ready, I'll set up my tripod and we can get to work right away." "Your tripod?" "Yes, ma'am. I use a tripod to rest my Canon on. It is much too big to be held by hand." Miss Smith fainted.